Good morning.
Good morning. I'm John. Sir Tice told you about me before or not?
Yep, name's Kelly.
Oh,
Welcome.
nice to meet you, Kelly. So, how did you enjoy the ice on your house, I guess, today?
This morning when I woke up, I looked outside and everything was white, even the roads. And
Yeah.
now you look and the roads are just wet. So
Yeah,
I'm not ready for winter. I hope it ends quickly.
I mean, good luck with that. It's pretty much just starting now. It took me forever to get all the ice off my window. And upon seeing that, that kind of like reminded me of when I went into your space, into your warehouse. And that's something that I talked to Mr. Tice a little bit about when I met with him, is that your current sprinkler system is kind of a safety hazard. I don't know if you've thought about it before, but he let me know that around 3/4 of your space is freezer space, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so I was thinking when I went in and looked around, having water spraying basically all over that, going to create like a huge issue of not only all of your merchandise getting potentially ruined, but also the ice buildup in your freezer space. So slip hazards, and then, you know, either what are you going to do to get it out of there? Chip or like thaw it all out, and then most of your merchandise is ruined.
I'm going to ask you this question straight out.
Sure.
Sprinkler system in a freezer.
Mhm.
If I got water lines through there, sprinkler system's got water, isn't that line froze?
I
What kind of
think
product
yours,
do you use?
well,
Mhm.
yours currently, the one that you have, is like in this, like outside of your freezer. And so your sprinkler head's coming through.
Okay.
So what I proposed, I got two different options. And one is a cheaper solution. So it would be to basically keep your same sprinkler system that you have. But right now your sprinkler system is all in like one line. So it's an all or nothing system. So as soon as there's a fire going on, all that water just dumps out all over your warehouse and pretty much ruins your entire stock in one go. So one of the system solutions that I have is just to create, basically retrofit your current system into a section system, so it's not an all-in-one go. I have some prices here if you want to talk about that too.
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
You just give me
Yeah,
design structure.
Sure.
What I mean, this system's been in there for years.
Mhm.
Never had a problem with it. No, we haven't had a fire.
Yep.
I don't have a justification for a.
for sure. Yeah,
Change.
so what I would do with this like section system is pretty much retrofit what you have right now. So you already like your system and everything like that, but it would basically just be risk averse. So right now, once a fire happens, if a fire happens, it's going to dump water on your entire inventory. And I'm told that was like $315 million. So all of that is down the drain as soon as there's a fire. So, you know, maybe it's not even the fire damage that ruins all of that inventory, but it could be your water damage. So yeah, what I'm proposing would be to change out that all-in-one system to like section systems. So breaking it into smaller little sections throughout your warehouse. So that way, if there's a fire in one section of the warehouse, you're still going to use that water system. And it may ruin some of your product, but you're not going to lose the entire thing.
Okay.
And the other way to go would be to retrofit your entire system into a gas suppression system. So definitely a new and different product. I have a video if you want to see how it works too. But basically, it's just safer for all of your products, you know, especially being in a freezer space like that. You're not going to have ice buildup, water damage, stuff like that to your food and other products that you have in there. A little bit more expensive, obviously, but they can still retrofit the existing pipes. The only problem is like draining out the water, and then a little bit of retrofitting from the sprinkler to more of a gas head, and then the cost of containing your inert gas too. So a little bit more costly, but safer for your workers and then product too. So
I've never heard of an inert gas type
yeah,
suppression.
they use either, well, there's a few other ones. What I have is argon or CO2, but there's some other like proprietary gases and stuff like that that other companies use, but the products that we carry are CO2 and argon. Kind of a new technology.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any questions about that stuff? About like argon and CO2 and safety or anything like that?
No, not. I'll do my own research and find out what that's all about. But kind of time here, but
Sure.
retrofit existing from one whole system into sections. Do you dismantle everything that's up there?
No, so we are going to drain out the water, obviously, because that would just be a massive hazard, and you don't want that spilling in there. But other than that, once that system is drained, it's not a huge deal, especially since you're in a freezer section. We can go in on top of it and break it into smaller sections. So
The issue I would have is any business coming in and taking the system down for a period of time puts me at risk.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, even though we've had 30 years of no fire, no issues, whatever,
Yeah, there's still that time in there.
and if it happens when you got the system dismantled, doing so does your company do the install yourself, or do you?
It's kind of an interesting system. So yes, we are the manager of the system, but we will contract the work out to a few of our service workers. So we sell you the system and they provide the service.
Okay, so workmanship warranties?
Yes.
You
so,
cover that?
we have coverage during the time that the system is down, but then each of those systems have a different warranty. So our sprinkler head is 15, and then the gas system is 20 to 25 years, depending on the gas you use. So.
And that gas system updates, changes, do you monitor it?
We do monitor it, so there is a little bit more service than what you're having right now. So just to make sure to monitor gas.
So now I have cost monthly, biannual,
yearly.
Yearly?
Yeah, depending on your situation. So higher moisture areas have a little bit more of maintenance than others, but yeah, there is a little bit. So. Yeah, you probably don't have any maintenance right now on yours.
No, they go through and do a visual inspection and check that they've got water once in a while and they're good. That's all we have.
That's what we do if we do the section system, just come by and check it out as well. So that would just be more cost for the gas. So yeah.
So do you have just $2 figures, one for standard system and one for some type of merit gas, or how are you presenting?
So for the standard system, I just have one price to retrofit. And then for the inert gas, I have two different contractors that have a separate availability too. So yeah. I mean, you said you don't have too much time today, right?
No.
Okay. I mean,
Give me recommendations or referrals of who else in this neighborhood's got something like this. Who can I go see?
It was Kearney Fire and Safety and and I forgot the other one. I think it's Safety Systems Management, LLC is the other one. They're two local people here out of Kearney, so. Yeah, I mean, we could sit down with them, discuss their cost availability too, if you'd like to.
Are they the installers?
They are the installers.
So they're the installers, and they're also my referral.
Well, okay, yeah, the referral would be, the safety, they have done, I think it's the Grand Island Airport, and the Kearney Fire has done the JCPenney's in the mall. So if you'd like to go check them out.
Okay. I'm concerned there that two companies that you recommended I talked to are also the installers who want the job, so.
Yeah, I mean, we can just talk about price with them, and their availability, so. But I just, yeah, what would be your concern on that?
Well, if those are, first of all, I asked you for referrals.
Referral,
Who uses your system now here around in this neighborhood?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask them what their response is, how it works in their system. Why did they get a feedback on return on their investment or yeah. Dollar value is where this is going to come from, budget. And like I Jason, you got a system that's in you for 30 years that you've never had problems with, you got to fight against, so.
Yeah, and honestly, I think what it comes down to is a lot of risk that you're carrying, basically with your current system, and try and, show you some ways to get rid of that risk. And I know that, especially for people like you, having that dollar figure right away, you're seeing that spending is like a big deal, and obviously I understand that, but just having something to make sure that you don't lose more spending, so that you don't lose more.
Budget number, tell me what those budget numbers are.
Sure.
And we won't go full detail into the quotes, because I just need to present something to upper management first.
Sure. All right. Okay, so for your first system, so the sprinkler system retrofit, depending on the cost, I guess, how many sections you want to do. For 10 sections, it would be $100,000, or 20 sections for $175,000.
And those sections simply break off areas of warehouse, or
Yep. Yep.
if you have an issue.
Yeah, or maybe you have somewhere in your warehouse you want to have more, smaller sections, stuff like that too.
About 2 sections.
2 sections, still same cost of $10,000. $10,000.
Again, I've got a system that's been working 30 years, and I've got to take a $100,000 budget to management.
I mean, I'd be happy to talk with them as well too.
Okay.
I mean,
What's the gas method?
For the, it'd be 600,000 or 800,000, depending on your, how quick you want it to happen.
Just go get that up right now.
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying that system is you're worried about that big cost figure, and that's obviously a huge deal, and I get that. And this is an expensive system, but you're looking at, I think, $312 million for your inventory can be just lost.
That's never been harmed before either, though. So
That is
yes,
true.
I understand the all or nothing. If we have one issue, it's all gone.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and I feel I think your insurance could probably help out with things like this.
the insurance will cover, yes. So
Yeah.
we're not, justification for a minimum of $100,000 is what's going to go to management. Email me those quotes, documents, so I've got some information, and I'll present it. And
Would you like me to come and meet with you too? I mean, I'm
Not
pretty
at this
knowledgeable
time.
about the system.
not yet at this time. Let me just get it pushed to management first.
Okay.
Good with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I could explain the system a little bit more if I could come along. I mean, if you don't want me to, that's totally fine, but
I don't want that at this point. I just want to give them some budget numbers and see where they want to go with it.
sure.
I'll relay the message about risk involved and what we got in inventory, and
Did I send just a short video along with it? Just
send the web link in the
Cool.
email to me.
All right.
That's it.
So in that link, I'll just have our quotes, and then just a short little video explanation of what kind of our systems are and who we are as a
Okay.
company and everything like that too.
Okay.
So, make it a little bit easier on you, so you don't have to be going out there and, pitching the whole idea for me, especially when it isn't even your idea in the first place. So I'd like to, make this process a little bit easier for you. And especially, if you have any other questions or anything like that, I'll give you my phone number, everything like that. I'm available pretty much.
Email
24/7.
signature with your contact. That's all I need. Okay. All right. Thanks for the time.
Yep, thank you. You have a good day.
Nice to meet you.